Hi everyone, this is the GAS walkthrough for July 8th. I'm Philip Newman. I'm not on camera today, not because I'm feeling bad or anything like that. My webcam just died. I'm going to have to replace it. I think it seems to be totally fried. The audio works, but it's kind of useless for a webcam. But today I'm solving Gazillion Ear by Bill Murphy. This is a Pencilmark Sudoku. We have normal Sudoku rules, 1 to 9 in each row, column, and 3x3 box. Additionally, we have some markings in the grid. The red markings are the actual markings that Bill is intending for the variant, but he has also given us the normal central pencil marks, just for convenience. One thing to note in Sudokupad is you have to be really careful with these and the undo button. If pencil marks are provided at the start of the puzzle and you modify them and then hit undo, it can cause all of them to disappear. So something to be aware of. I accidentally did that in one of my attempts to record this. But the red markings are the pencil mark restrictions, and they tell us digits that can appear in that cell. So this cell can contain 2 or 5. It can't contain any other digit. So the ones that are marked are limited to one of 2 options. All the other cells are just empty cells, like in any other Sudoku. And those are the rules. We're going to start in the central box. I'm going to mark these in green. And what's special here is that Bill has given us a quad. We have 4 cells, and they can only contain digits from 4 choices, 1, 3, 5, 7. There are 2 different ways we could place the digits in these cells. I'm not going to demonstrate that because it might mess up the pencil marks. But we can't put any of those digits anywhere else in the box because then we would only have 3 digits for 4 cells. That's obviously not going to work. What's important about it in this case, aside from the fact that we could pencil in the other digits here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, is that each of the digits is limited to 2 places within those green cells. So 1 is limited to these 2 green cells. And we know 1 has to appear in green somewhere. So that means there is a 1 in one of these 2 cells, which means this is not a 1. So we're going to use that. What I wanted to mention is this is a pretty common pattern. If you see this outside of the same box, it works the same way. This is one of the things that is called is a continuous nice loop. It's also called an XY ring. You don't need to know any of that. But it's something to keep in mind when you have this pattern of pairs of digits that go in a circle like this. There's usually some sort of deduction you can make with them. But in this particular puzzle, they're all in the same box, so we don't even have to think about it beyond this is a quad. 1 is limited to these cells, 3 is limited to these cells, 5 is limited to these cells, and 7 is limited to these cells. And so we can use that immediately. 1 is in one of these, so this is not 1, so this is going to be 9. 7 is in one of these, so this is not 7. 5 is in one of these, so this is 4 and 2. The 3 doesn't tell us anything yet, but we're going to be able to do a lot just with this. We can start with the 4 here. That gives us 3, 2, 1. The 9 gives us 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You can see what Bill did here. We have 1 through 9 twice in these cells. The 9 gives us a 2, the 8 gives us a 6, the 3 gives us a 9, and the 3 here gives us an 8, the 7 gives us 5, and the 7 here gives us 4. And now we have filled in all of the pencil marks except for the green cells that we started with. So very useful for the deduction, but we can't resolve them quite yet. So let's look elsewhere. Let's start with 2. There are 2s here. 2 must go here in this box. 3 is going to go up here somewhere. I don't think I want to use that. Let's look at these columns, actually. I think this is what I used when I test solved this. 3, 4, 5 in this column, and also 3, 4, 5 in this column. And this one is a little more restricted on the 5s. 5 can't go in either of those cells, so that's a 5. And up here, we have 3 and 4 in the box, so this must be 5. So that's going to leave 3, 4 in these cells, and that 3 resolves them. So we can place all of those. Now this cell can't be 1 or 4. The only other digit is 9, and then 1, 4 like that. So that's that box done. 9 can't go in these cells from these 9s, and 8 can't go in these cells, and 7 can't go in this cell. So that box is done. These are 1 and 4. Over here, 4 can't go in these, so that's a 4. These are 1, 2, 8, so this is 2, 8, and 1 from these. We have 5 and 6 here, and if we remember from our green cells, 5 must go in one of these two, so it can't go here. So that's a 6. 1 and 7 here is not resolved. 3, 8, 9 is not resolved. Let's look up here. 8 can't go in any of these, so this is our 8. I feel like we should be able to do more with that, but maybe we can't yet. Alright, up here, 1, 6, 7, 9. Yeah, that's not resolved yet. 3, 5, 6. We can place a digit here. This is how we're going to get our green digits in this case. This can't be 6, but it also can't be 5, again, because of the green digits, so it must be 3. And once we have that as 3, and actually we can fill these in because of that 5, that 3 resolves this box in the green digits. So that is done. 4 must go here from these. 6, because of these 6s, must go here. This can't be 8 or 9, so it's 2. This is an 8, 9 pair. Need 3 and 5 in this row. This is now 7, 6, with that 6 there. So we had 8, 9 here. We're left with 2 and 3 in the row, and 1 and 7 in this row. This now is a 7. The 6 resolves 9 and 6. And then we're going to have 1, 9 there. We're going to have 8, 7 there. 1, 9 here as well is resolved by this 1. And that 9 is finally going to resolve our 8, 9 in the central box, and we can finish off from there. And that is the solution. That's a really cool puzzle. This, if you're not familiar with it, might be a little tricky to spot. Because it's a Pencilmark puzzle, and Bill gave us those 4 pencil marks, it's very well telegraphed. You can see that those 4 cells are limited to 4 digits. But if you're unfamiliar with it, you may not recognize how to use it. So if you weren't sure on that, hopefully this helped. Let us know how you did in the comments. If you found anything else to get into this, I'd be interested in that. But I will see you next time. Probably still not on camera because I'm about to record the next video, but maybe the one after that. I'll be back on camera with a new webcam. Bye for now.